sardines, for 3 days. Nothing else. Said like that, it sounds like a punishment. Yet, that's exactly what Dr. Annette Bosworth, also known as Dr. Boz, prescribes to her most resistant patients. And the results she gets are striking. Glucose plummeting, ketones at their highest, patients in tears in front of their numbers. So why would this tiny, insignificant fish be the most underrated metabolic tool in the world? Welcome to Cellular Renaissance. Today we're breaking down together Dr. Boz's famous sardine challenge, Boz. We're going to see exactly why it works, how to do it, and especially what happens in your body on the 3rd day. But before that, we need to understand the problem that Dr. Boz observes in the majority of his patients. We've lost the hunger signal. Today most people eat out of boredom, out of habit, as a social reflex, because it's noon, because there are pastries on the table. That ancestral signal that says, right now your body really needs fuel, is completely scrambled. And according to Dr. Boz, this little fish in its metal tin will force that signal to come back. Not because it's magical, but because it's impossible to overindulge in it. We'll understand why in a minute. First, let's take a look at what's really inside this little creature. Dr. Boz notably relies on the work of his colleague Judy Cho, who created a remarkable infographic on the nutritional density of sardines. And when you look at the numbers, it's impressive. A simple can of sardines contains massive amounts of omega-3s, vitamin D, which 80% of the population doesn't get enough of, vitamin E, highly bioavailable calcium that's much better absorbed than that from dairy products, selenium, zinc, and phosphorus. As Dr. Boz says, it's a living multivitamin. Except this one, the body knows exactly what to do with it. Let's pause for a second on omega-3s. What do these fatty acids actually do, specifically? Studies show it clearly. They nourish the brain, protect the heart, and calm the silent inflammation that slowly destroys cells. And here's a figure that Dr. Boz often cites. By increasing omega-3 intake, the risk of anxiety and depression drops by about 20%. 20%. Just with healthy fats. But there's another mechanism that Dr. Boz explains particularly well. The more omega-3s there are in the body, the less damage omega-6s can do. And today, we consume too many omega-6s. They come from vegetable oils, processed foods, and ultra-processed products. These excess omega-6s, when they are not balanced by omega-3s, create chronic inflammation. And chronic inflammation, according to research, it's the gateway to everything we want to avoid. Sardines help rebalance this ratio in just 72 hours. Now, let's address the usual objections. Dr. Boz hears them all the time from her patients. Sardines are full of heavy metals, right? And mercury? Here's what she says, and it's based on scientific data. Golden rule: the smaller the fish, the lower the risk. Mercury accumulates up the food chain. Big fish eat the smaller ones and concentrate the toxins. The sardine is right at the bottom of this chain. It eats plankton. That's it. Dr. Boz often cites this figure to show just how conservative the official recommendations are. You would have to eat more than 22 kilograms of salmon per week to reach the safety limit. And salmon contains much more mercury than sardines. In reality, to actually be at risk of poisoning, you would have to eat a physically impossible amount of sardines. So that excuse doesn't hold up scientifically. And what about BPA in the can? Yes, there can be a plastic lining inside. Dr. Boz points out that she personally isn't worried about it. But for those who are concerned, her recommendation is simple. Buy sardines in glass jars. Problem solved. Now here's why Dr. Bosworth challenges herself. She often gives her patients this challenge: try to have a sardine binge. Go ahead. Try it. The result: it's physically impossible. First, 1 can equals 1 serving. It's pre-portioned. No tricks. Then, and this is where it gets interesting, sardines trigger a hormonal cascade of satiety. Dr. Boz explains that when you eat this small fatty protein-rich fish, the body releases cholecystokinin, the hormone that says, "Stop, I've eaten enough," as well as peptide YY, which prolongs that feeling of fullness, and bile production increases to digest all that good fat. The result: after 1 can, your hunger disappears. Really? But Dr. Boz admits that you might be burping up fish all day. That can happen on the first day, but she explains a crucial mechanism. Bile production is cumulative. It adapts. Each day, the body gets better at digesting this type of fat. According to her clinical experience, by the 3rd day, these patients digest it perfectly. And most importantly, they're almost never hungry between meals anymore. And this is where we get to the real gift of this challenge. The 3rd day. The omega-3s we talked about, now that bile is emulsifying them properly, the body absorbs them at full strength. And it turns them into ketones. A wave of ketones surges through the blood. Dr. Boz describes this moment as a metabolic workout, an intense metabolic training. And according to his experience with hundreds of patients, here's what happens on the morning of the 4th day. That mental clarity. That steady energy. That feeling of being switched on. The ketones, the highest these patients have seen in months. The glucose, the lowest in years. Dr. Boz especially uses this protocol with his metabolically fragile patients. Those for whom traditional fasting would be too harsh. And the results she documents are remarkable. It's what you could call a true metabolic reset. Let's move on to the exact protocol, as Dr. Boz prescribes it. 72 hours. Not 48. Not 60. 72. An important clarification. Dr. Boz calls this a sardine fast, but she points out that it's not technically a fast. A true fast is water and salt only. The timer starts with the first bite of sardine. It stops when the last box is finished, at the 72nd hour. During those 3 days, only sardines. Oh, black coffee, plain tea. And eat when hunger strikes. No food windows. No set schedule. Finishes at 3 a.m. Get up, open a can, eat. The goal, according to Dr. Boz, relearn to eat out of necessity. Not out of boredom. Not out of emotion. Not because of social convention. Real flavor. These tips are for those who struggle with the taste. Add pepper, mustard, a bit of hot sauce, a touch of pickle. Fry them to make them crispy. Check that there are no added carbohydrates. And his most important advice: don't do this alone. Find a partner. A friend. Someone who is doing the challenge at the same time. Dr. Boz insists on this. The positive pressure from the group is what gets you through the tough moments. Last point, and Dr. Boz is adamant about this. Measure. Every morning on an empty stomach before the first sardine, check your blood glucose and ketones. Write down the numbers. Every day. According to his experience, on the morning of the 4th day, the results speak for themselves. And then you understand why this simple protocol has helped hundreds of patients. Sometimes cellular renewal starts with a simple can of sardines. If you found value in this video, subscribe to Renaissance Cellulaire. Here, we break down metabolic health protocols based on science and clinical experience. No bullshit, no miracle pills. Just tools that work. See you in the next video.